Unajua hata juzi wameenda kudanganya Tuju. Wameenda kuhangaisha Tuju. Wanaenda kumwambia Tuju enda jifiche kwa bedroom yako, alafu enda sema ati umekuwa abducted. Just imagine. Tuju need.
Finally, President William Ruto has publicly addressed the controversial circumstances surrounding the former Cabinet Secretary Raphael Tuju, accusing sections of the opposition of exploiting Tuju's situation for political gain, even as investigators confirmed Tuju's arrest over claims he staged his own abduction. The head of state's remarks come at a critical moment in a case that quickly has drawn national attention. Speaking during a public rally in Migori County on Tuesday, March 24th, President William Ruto addressed the controversy directly. He raised the concern over what he described as deliberate attempts by political actors to mislead the former cabinet secretary. According to the president, individuals within the opposition have influence on Tuju's actions, suggesting that he had been encouraged to hide and present himself as a victim of abduction. The president urged restraint. He emphasized the need for responsible leadership and called on those involved to step back and allow a constructive resolution.
Tuju needs honest friends. Tuju needs honest advice as I do it. He doesn't need scavengers who are trying to scavenge.
At the center of his message was a call for sincerity. He stressed that Raphael Tuju requires genuine support and honest counsel during a difficult period rather than political maneuvering. The president framed the situation as one that should be handled with care, pointing to the potential consequences not only for Tuju but also for public trust in institutions. In his address, the head of state further criticized what he described as opportunistic behavior by opposition leaders. He referenced a coalition led by Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka, accusing them of attempting to capitalize on the unfolding events. The president urged the two leaders and their allies to disengage from the matter, warning that politicizing a personal crisis could complicate efforts to resolve it. He maintained that the focus should remain on ensuring Tuju receives appropriate assistance. The remarks also touched on another sensitive dimension of the story, and President Ruto cautioned against involving Uhuru Kenyatta in the situation. He expressed concern that the former president's name had been drawn into the controversy, describing it unnecessary and misleading. The president's position was clear. He called for separation between political interest and personal misfortune, emphasizing the importance of protecting individuals from becoming tools in broader political battles.
Wale watu wanatafuta maarufu kwa shida ya Mkenya mwenzao. We want Tuju apatiwe advice so that he can be helped, mali yake iokolewe na yeye asonge mbele. Lakini hahitaji wale matapeli wakora wanaenda kumsumbua mtu mpaka hata wameenda kuleta jina ya Uhuru Kenyatta wameingiza kwa.
These developments follow a decisive move by the law enforcement authorities. Detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, commonly known as DCI, arrested Raphael Tuju on Monday. The arrest came after days of uncertainty regarding his whereabouts, and Tuju had reportedly gone missing since Saturday, and prompting a concern among his associates and raising questions about his safety. However, according to investigators, the circumstances surrounding his disappearance took a different turn. The director of the DCI, Mohammed Amin, confirmed that Tuju had been located at his residence, and he indicated that detectives had been actively working to trace him during the period he was reported missing. Authorities now allege that the abduction may have been staged. This claim has shifted the direction of the investigation and intensified public scrutiny. Following his arrest, Tuju was taken to Karen police station, and what happened next was added another layer of concern. His legal team has alleged that he was mishandled during the arrest process. They claim that he sustained injuries, raising questions about the manner in which the operation was conducted. Soon after, reports emerged that Tuju's health had deteriorated while in police custody. He was subsequently rushed to Karen Hospital for medical attention, and this development has drawn attention to his physical condition and the treatment of individuals in custody. The situation now presents multiple dimensions, and on one hand, there is an active investigation into the alleged staging of an abduction. On the other hand, there are concerns about the welfare of a high-profile figure in custody, and for many Kenyans, the case highlights broader issues. It raises questions about accountability, both between or rather within political sphere and within law enforcement.
Mpaka hata wameenda kuleta jina ya Uhuru Kenyatta wameingiza kwa hiyo matope yao. Hawa watu ni bure ama si bure? Ni bure ama si bure? Waende ama si wasi?
It also brings into focus the human aspect of such incidents, and behind the headlines is an individual facing a complex and challenging situation. President Ruto's remarks appear aimed at steering the conversation away from political confrontation, and his message underscores the need for calm and measured handling of the matter, and he emphasizes that Tujo's property and personal well-being should be safeguarded. This, he suggested, requires honest advice and responsible action from those around him. At the same time, President's comments signal a firm stance against what he views as exploitation. He warned against turning personal crises into opportunities for political gain, and the unfolding events have also captured public attention across the country. Many are closely following updates, seeking clarity on what exactly transpired, and the involvement of prominent political figures has further amplified interest in the case. For the opposition, the president's accusation introduced a new dynamic. They now face scrutiny over their alleged role in the situation. For the government, the handling of the investigation will be closely watched, and there are expectations for transparency, fairness, and adherence to the due process. The role of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations remains central as the agency continues its work. Its findings will be critical in determining the next steps. Meanwhile, Tujo's health condition remains a key concern. His hospitalization has shifted a part of the focus to his immediate well-being, and legal representatives have indicated that his condition worsened while in custody, as an issue that may require further examination. The intersection of health, law enforcement, and politics makes this case particularly sensitive. It is a reminder of how quickly situations can evolve and how multiple factors can converge. For the public, the priority remains clear. There is a need for accurate information and fair resolution. There is also an expectation that all parties involved will act responsibly. As events continue to unfold, attention will remain fixed on both the investigation and Tujo's recovery. The coming days are likely to provide further clarity. For now, the case stands as a complex and evolving story, with the complications that extend beyond individuals directly involved. In a moment where facts, health, and politics intersect, the nation now watches closely, waiting for truth, accountability, and path forward grounded in integrity. That is all for today from Kenya Lens Media, where we bring you news updates as they break. Kindly, if you are new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our content as a way of supporting this platform to grow. Kindly be part of its growth.